Living boldly in Christ is an invitation to step out of comfort and into faith, to face the challenges of life with confidence and purpose. But let's be honest, boldness in faith isn't always easy. It can be intimidating, especially when we're faced with doubts or when the world around us pulls us in different directions. But here's the truth. The boldness we're called to in Christ isn't about arrogance. It's about trust, courage, and a willingness to act when it matters. One of my favorite verses on this topic comes from 2 Timothy 1:7, which says, "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, and of love, and of a sound mind." Think about that. We're not called to live in fear. God has equipped us with power, love, and clarity. When we rely on this truth, we're able to face any situation not with fear, but with boldness rooted in faith. That's a strength that goes beyond ourselves, beyond what we might feel in any given moment. Being bold in Christ means being willing to step forward when others might hesitate. It's choosing to serve when it's easier to ignore. It's choosing to speak truth when it would be easier to stay silent. But boldness doesn't mean we have to go it alone. Remember, God has already given us everything we need: a spirit of power, of love, and a sound mind. This boldness is about moving forward in that knowledge, knowing that we're not alone in this journey. There will be times when we're tempted to shrink back, to let doubts or the opinions of others influence us. But in those moments, we're called to remember who we are in Christ. Joshua 1:9 reminds us, "Be strong and of a good courage, be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest." This isn't just a call to bravery, it's a promise. No matter where we go or what we face, God is with us. And that's the source of our strength, our courage. Boldness in faith doesn't mean we'll always have the answers. It doesn't mean we won't feel fear. It means that in the face of those feelings, we choose to trust. We choose to act. The world tells us to play it safe, to keep our faith private, to fit in. But a life in Christ calls us to stand out, to let our light shine in a way that draws others closer to hope, to love, to God. Boldness is about letting our lives speak of faith, without fear of judgment or rejection. Being bold in Christ means stepping out of the shadows and into our purpose, whatever that may look like for each of us. Maybe it's reaching out to someone who feels alone. Maybe it's taking a stand for what's right, even when it's hard. Maybe it's trusting God with our dreams, with our plans, with our whole heart. Each act of courage, no matter how small, is a reflection of our faith. So how can we be bold in Christ? By remembering that our strength doesn't come from our own abilities, but from our faith in God's promises. It's about letting His love lead us, letting His truth guide us, and letting His strength fill us. And every step we take in faith is a step that brings us closer to the purpose He has for our lives. Today, let's commit to living boldly, not with fear, but with love, with purpose, and with a confidence rooted in Christ. Let's be willing to step out, to speak up, and to let our lives be a testimony of faith. Be bold, trust deeply, and live with courage, knowing that you are never alone in this journey. God is with you, and He has equipped you for great things.